334 feet above sea level at Folsom Field in Boulder, Colorado. There's still a lot of warm air out there for tonight's battle between the Colorado Buffaloes and the West Virginia Mountaineers. Hi, folks. I'm Brad Nessler. Joining me in the booth, the coach Lee Corso and Kirk Herbstreit. Thursday night, the start of the college football weekend. These two teams definitely are ready to play some football down there. The kickers got the ball set up, and we're ready to get this thing started. Kicks it off, and this game is underway. Oh, he got nailed on that one. Now let's see what kind of success this offense can have as they come out onto the field for the first time today. We've got a 1st and 10. They line this one up in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers split out in the formation. Feeds it to the back. Tackle made around the 28-yard line. Pickup of a yard for the tailback.
And that was the corner that got him. He was not going to let the ball carrier get to the outside, that's for sure.
High formation here. Straight ahead on the give. There's nowhere to run, though. A pickup of about 3. 3rd and 5. Ball on the 31-yard line. They line up in the shotgun. They go to the ground and he stops short. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Just a great job by the defense. These guys are disguising their defense so well that they're confusing the quarterback and the offensive line.
They get this one off, and it's a beauty. Nothing doing there. Couldn't go anywhere. And that was excellent punt coverage.
I agree, Brad. That was very well defended.
They'll set up shop at the 26. 1st down, 10 yards to go. The defense is in the nickel. Runs left and can't get back to the line of scrimmage.
This kid is something special. You got to have a certain kind of mentality to play the linebacker position.
Man, is that ever true, Coach? If you want to be the best linebacker, you have to be able to do it all. Cover the receivers, bring down the running backs, take on blocks, rush the quarterback, and sometimes call the plays for the defense.
Drops back to pass. He's going to try and scramble. There's a player injured, but it looks like it's just a stinger. So the sack makes this 3rd and very long. Now we'll see how the backup can do after that injury. Got hit as he threw. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, they just couldn't connect on the pass there. That was a very good stand by this defense.
It's 4th down. Looks like they're going to punt it away here. He punts it away, and it's a great kick. Signals for a fair catch. The defense really shut these guys down the last time they had the ball. The offense will take over at the 46-yard line. It's 1st and 10. 3 wideouts here. Got the corner. He's got an opening. And he's brought down at the 22.
Anytime a defense blitzes against a screen pass, it's usually a sack or a huge play for the offense. That time, the quarterback was able to get the pass off, and the ball carrier had nothing but green grass and blockers in front of him. That was a great call.
Yeah, it was, Coach. They'll think twice before sending the blitz next time around.
2nd and 7. Ball on the 19-yard line. Defensive line looking to clog that middle. They'll drop him for a loss. 2-yard loss.
Not a very good read by the quarterback. I think he just wanted to get rid of it before they ended up losing yardage.
3rd down, 9 to go. Ball on the 21. They come out with 3 wide receivers. Dangerous throw. This one's picked off.
This quarterback better start making better decisions in the passing game. Otherwise, this corner will come up with even more picks in the future.
We've got a 1st and 10. They're packed in tight on the line. Run, right side. Brought down, right around the 36-yard line. What a run!
Man, this kid can flat out fly. A lot of kids are fast, but there's not many guys out there that can run as fast as this kid in pads holding on to the football.
I agree with you, Lee, and he has such a natural running style.
They go with the run. He's on the run. Inside the 30. The 10. He's all the way home. Touchdown. Once this kid gets into the open field, you're not going to catch him.
You know, some of his critics say that all he has is track speed. Well, let me tell you, speed is speed, as we just saw right there.
Yep, this kid is a burner. And it's not just his speed that makes him a great back, but his vision as well.
And he tacks on the extra point. And here's the Pontiac drive summary. Looks like they're ready for the kick. He sends it off. He's to the 10. Tackle made. At the 37. They threw a pick the last time out. Should be interesting to see what they do this time. They'll start this drive at the 37-yard line. They line up in the shotgun. They give to the tailback. He dances around, but they're still able to bring him down. They call his number, and he carries for 6 yards. 2nd down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the 1st down. The defense is waiting on the pass. They're in the quarters defense. They go with the option. And they got to him before he could get back to the line.
The safety made the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. I recommend to the offensive coordinator a little play action and throw the fade route where the safety used to be.
That's right, Lee. These guys are shooting up there when they see run, and it only takes one time to catch him out of position and take it to the house.
And he's taken down around the 47-yard line. And the run is good for the 1st.
Yep, this is nothing new if you follow this team. They like to run the ball in these kind of situations.
Terrific 3rd down play call there.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 47-yard line. Looks like the defense is only going to pressure with 3 linemen. Throwing left. Almost picked off.
They're very fortunate that pass wasn't picked off.
The quarterback threw it right into the hands of the safety. I can't believe he dropped it.
I don't think he can believe he dropped it.
The quarterback in the gun. Empty backfield. 5 wide receivers in the formation. Got his man, but he was out of bounds. He made the catch, but it was outside the white line.
This quarterback has to just settle down and get his feet underneath him. He took the receiver clearly out of bounds. That kid had no shot to make the catch.
So this crowd is making their presence felt. Here's an opening. He couldn't shake that tackle.
Makes the reception for 21 on the tackle at the 39-yard line.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 39-yard line. There are 4 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. They go with the run. They'll get him for a loss.
Nice tackle in the backfield there. This guy just overpowered his blockers and drove down the ball carrier.
He really showed his strength on that play. This guy has one of the highest bench presses on the team.
Well, he's one of the heaviest guys on the team, too. I hope he's one of the strongest.
But they're going to lose yards. He was tackled immediately. And they lose a couple there.
Pretty good stand there. They weren't fooled at all by the offensive play call.
And that'll do it. Very good first quarter of action. The score here in Boulder, Colorado 7, West Virginia nothing. It's the 9th play of the drive. 3rd down. From the gun. Got a man in and out of his hands. It's 4th down. The punt team is on the field looking to kick this one away. He puts it away, and it's a great kick. Brought down as he tried to field it. They moved the ball very effectively on their last drive, which ended with a touchdown. The defense has been talking it over on the sideline, trying to make some corrections. Let's see if they can stop them this time.
Yeah, there was no lack of offense on that last drive.
Yeah, they took the ball right up the field. This defense needs to find a way to slow these guys down.
That one got him out of some danger.
The offense caught a break there. Great run by this guy to get him out of the face of their own end zone.
Yep, but now let's see if this defense can pull it together and make a stop right here.
Another run. He's to the 20. Takes it out to about the 29. And he busts a huge gainer there.
Boy, that one looked familiar. It looked like the exact same play they ran previously.
Kirk, you're absolutely right, and don't be surprised if they run it again.
They're packed in tight on the line. They'll knock him down for a loss.
If these defenders continue to exploit the O-line like that, it's going to be a long day for this running back.
It's 2nd down and 11 to go. Ball on the 28. Going with the shotgun here. Scrambling around. He's tackled at the 36-yard line.
Kirk, what do you think of that scramble?
Well, they didn't pick up the first down, but he saw that no one was open, so he made the right decision to tuck it and run.
Yeah, they picked up some yards. That's better than just throwing the football away.
Hand off, and he won't make it.
And that won't be enough for the first down.
Great job here in shutting down the run. That's a real boost for this team.
They get this one off, and it's a beauty. He fields the punt at the 16. There's a player hurt. It doesn't look to be that bad. And they'll take over at midfield. The defense is lined up with an abundance of DBs. I count 7 on the field. Option. They'll bring him down around the 45-yard line.
That's the cornerback that got in there and made that play, Kirk.
Well, he's known for locking down receivers, but that doesn't mean he won't come up and lay the lumber on the ball carrier.
It's 2nd down and 12 to go. Ball on the 45. The defense is waiting on the pass. They're in the quarters defense. And it's caught. Excellent open field tackle. Nothing going on that play.
Well, here I think the quarterback needs to be a little bit more patient in the pocket. That way he can allow his receivers to get downfield a little bit before he throws it.
But at least it was a simple play. The quarterback didn't try to force the issue there and risk a turnover.
Catches it. To the 20. To the 10. Touchdown! They made that touchdown look really, really easy, Coach.
And that's what you get when you practice hard all week long. Practice makes perfect, my friend. And that was as close to perfect as you will get.
They'll line up for the extra point in an attempt to tie the game. And he converts the extra point. And now we're going to take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. He kicks off. He's taken down at the 41. Their last drive ended in a punt, so this quarterback's going to be looking for something better on this drive. They'll set up shop at the 41-yard line. Going with the shotgun here. Fires deep down the right side. Knocks it down. Coach, you made a nice defensive play there.
He sure did. He just stuck his hand out and hit the football.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 41-yard line. And a new halfback checks into the game. Gives it to the back. Makes it out to about the 46. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think there's anybody on the field right now that could beat this guy in a foot race.
I agree, Brad. He's in a class by himself when it comes to speed.
And you can't coach that kind of speed. You either got it or you don't.
Heading for the corner. He's at the 40. To the 20. To the 10. He's going to take it to the barn. Touchdown. Nice call, nice blocking, and an even better run.
Those guys up front must have been hitting those sleds pretty hard in practice. The only reason this kid was able to show his big play ability was because the offensive linemen executed their assignments to perfection.
He splits the uprights for the extra point. So we take a moment to check out the Pontiac drive summary. Colorado is lining up to kick this one off. He sends it downfield. He's to the 10. Bring him down, and they bring him down hard on that one. The offense now will take the field, and they hope to have the same success they had on their last drive.
They really made it look easy on that last drive. If they can get some protection up front, then I look for this quarterback to make some really big plays.
West Virginia trying to put a drive together here to tie it up before halftime. So they pick up quite a few yards on that play, Kirk.
Well, that was an excellent route, and he did a great job of holding on to the football.
Second and short. Ball on the 39. There are 7 defensive backs on the field in this defense. Brought down around the 47-yard line. So the completion goes for about 8 yards and a first down.
It's the protection up front that allowed this play to happen. The line controlled the rush, and it gave the quarterback an opportunity to deliver a very nice throw.
And he's hit immediately. That'll be a gain of 3 yards.
And not a whole lot of yards there for the wide receiver, but at least a short gain is better than an incompletion.
Going with the shotgun here. Looks like we've got an injured player down there. Can't tell who it is yet. First and 10. Ball on the 40-yard line. From the gun. Run the middle and nothing there. They get 3 yards on the play.
3-yard gain on the play.
Second down, 7 yards to go. High formation here. The halfback with the carry. Tackle made at the 31-yard line. They pick up a good 6 yards there. Defensive line looking to clog that middle. They'll work from the shotgun. He's tackled at about the 17-yard line. Nice little pitch and catch with a wideout.
The quarterback and receiver spend a lot of time together. The coaches say they stay after practice just working on their timing, and right there it paid off.
They're back in the red zone where they have really struggled lately. Here's a handoff left side. He's taken down at the 15-yard line.
Guys, when we were at practice this week, you kind of got the feeling that they might run a little no huddle. In fact, here it comes.
Hands it off. And they'll bring him down behind the line.
I'll tell you what, for a defensive back, this kid is a sure tackler, and he showed it right there.
No question. You can tell these guys are very well coached when you see these kind of tackles.
Throws complete. He's got space to work. That was a good pass and catch there, but still not enough for the first down.
That's not an easy conversion here on third down for the offense. All the defense has to do is stay back, keep everything in front of them, come up and make a tackle.
Those third and long plays are always tricky. The quarterback did a good job there of not forcing the ball and causing an interception.
Even though they gave up a field goal here, that defense is feeling pretty good about themselves right now. It could have just as easily been a touchdown.
They might just want to squib this one. Only a few seconds left here before halftime. Brought down at the 38-yard line. Great game in the works, folks, as we come to the end of the first half. The score here in Boulder, Colorado 14, West Virginia 10. The teams are lined up, and we're just about ready to start this second half. Tackled at the 33-yard line. And now we'll see the offense come out onto the field for their next possession. They'll take over at the 33. First down, 10 to go. They line this one up in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers split out in the formation. First down, look at the throw. Throws, and he's right there to knock it away.
How about that linebacker getting in there?
This guy is mostly used to stop the run, but here he showed that he's not too bad against the pass either.
They're packed in tight on the line. Run right, hit in the backfield. And that was a good stop by the defense. They got him in the backfield.
That's a great example of quickness by the defensive line. It allows you to break away from those blockers before they have a chance of moving you away from the play.
They come out with 4 wide out. Once and all, going deep. There's a player shaken up on the play. Now it's 1st and 10 with the defense trying to regroup after giving up the big pass. They line up in the red zone for the first time today. They hand it off. Tackle at the 18. Boy, that was a bad-looking play.
It all starts with the big guys up front. You got to get onto your blocks.
They're packed in tight on the line. Takes it right. He can't get back to the line.
That was a fantastic play by this defense.
You're right. Poor halfback. He had nowhere to go.
There are 4 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. Back to pass. And he can't get away from the pressure.
That's what happens when the protection breaks down up front.
Yeah, but, Coach, I think the quarterback has to release the ball quicker, or he's going to get pounded out there.
They'll line it up for a very long field goal attempt. This will be about a 50-yard field goal attempt. And it is good. And now we'll take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. Sends it sailing downfield. Goes at the 30. Time once again for this offense to come back out and start another drive. They'll start at the 30-yard line. Going with the shotgun here. Catches it. Brought down right around the 36-yard line. About 6 yards on that completion.
It's a well-designed play to the halfback, and it worked at least to get them a medium gain on the play.
There are 7 defensive backs on the field in this defense. Drops back to pass. Complete. And he's taken down at the 47-yard line. Superb effort by the receiver to come down with that ball.
This comes down to the timing between the quarterback and the receiver, and the result, again, a nice play for the offense.
Steps out of bounds around the 49-yard line. They pick up 2 yards on the play-action pass. The defensive line moves in tight. High formation here. He throws it. Oh, he had the pick and he dropped it.
Yo, guys, that was a very dangerous pass.
This quarterback better be careful. He has a tendency to force some passes, and he really forced that one.
The D-line pinches down. And we got the backup in there now at running back. Looking to throw. Oh, great catch. He's tackled at the 36. Nice play there to pick up the first down.
Kirk, that was quite an acrobatic catch. They don't get much better than that.
No doubt. He did a great job of getting up in the air, ignoring the defenders, and coming down with the ball.
They'll work from the shotgun. It's a fumble. It's scooped up, and it's a lineman that's got it. Great play, taking him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Man, he shot out of his stance like a cannon and exploded into the backfield.
So a big momentum shift could be in the making here as we take a look at the possible fumble.
And remember the rules of the booth review. If there is inconclusive evidence, then the call will stand. The referee needs to be 100% sure that the ball carrier was down to overturn this call.
So the booth and the referee agree. The runner's knee was down.
That was still a close call, though, Brad. Even though he was down, this guy has to do a better job of holding that football.
The defense is waiting on the pass. They're in the quarters defense. Oh, he got nailed on that one. About 6 yards on the play.
Gain of 6 on the play.
And they'll look to convert here on another third down. They line up with 1 running back in the backfield. 3 wide. And he's taken down at about the 23-yard line.
I like it. I like it.
Well, on third down, we expected them to go to the air, and they did just that, picking up the first down.
That's right, sweetheart.
The defensive line moves in tight. There are 4 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. Hands it off. And down he goes at the 22-yard line. Almost eked out a yard on that one. It's 2nd and 9. And this is the 10th play of the drive. They line this one up in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers split out in the formation. They'll run the option. The lateral. Huge play, and it's going to be 1st and goal. The chain gang is on the move once again.
I'm looking for the defense to change things up here. They haven't been able to figure out this offense.
And anything, Lee, whether it's a blitz, anything to change up coverage, one way or another, the defense has to make some adjustments.
He's tackled at the 7. 2-yard pickup.
Gain of 2 on the play.
We're at the 12th play of the drive. It's 2nd down. Backup tailback checks in now. Let's see if he gets some action. They go with the run, and he hits him hard at the 6-yard line. So at the most, he gains a few inches.
That was a great tackle. The defender seemingly came out of nowhere and put a big hit on the ball carrier.
The crowd is really letting him hear it. It's complete. Brought down at the 1-yard line. About 5 yards that time on the throw.
Makes the stop at the 1-yard line.
I call this one the Scooter Special. Try it right now.
Looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down. They line up in an I. Halfback gets the call, and he's got the touchdown.
The defensive line didn't have a chance on that play. These guys were determined to get in the end zone.
And you could feel the intensity and emotion in this stadium. This one has been an amazing battle. Right back to square one, assuming this extra point ties it.
Here comes the kicker to try to tie this game up. And he hits the PAT. That score leads us to our Pontiac drive summary. They line up to kick this one away. Kicks it away. And he'll return this one from the 7th. And he's tackled at the 37-yard line. A scoring drive the last time out for this offense, and they'll huddle up for this drive.
They marched the ball right down the field in that last drive, Coach.
Oh, yeah. They took some tips from the band, marching it right up in there.
And that'll do it for the third quarter, and at the end of 3, the scoreboard dead even. The offense will take over at the 37. They'll work from the shotgun. Throws to the receiver, incomplete. They're really fortunate that wasn't intercepted.
Not a very smart decision by the quarterback. He had no shot at completing it.
Yeah, but that defender had a perfect shot at it. He just didn't catch it.
There are 4 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. Throws to the tailback, incomplete. Well, he tried to thread the needle with that pass.
Well, here the quarterback makes a poor decision throwing into coverage. Needs to look at his progression and find the 2nd and 3rd receiver.
They line up in the shotgun. Going over the middle, intercepted. And they make the stop around the 40-yard line. They sure didn't need that. Now they've really got to buckle down on defense and stop them from scoring.
Boy, you could feel the huge momentum swing right now. That interception was big.
It's probably been the key play in this game to this point.
First and 10. Ball on the 40-yard line. They line this one up in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers split out in the formation. Gets it out, and he's met immediately. 5-yard loss on the play.
Well, this was not the best of plays that we've seen from them today.
Yep, they would have been better off throwing an incompletion.
Second and long. Ball on the 45-yard line. The offense lines this one up in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They keep it on the ground with the tailback. 7-yard play.
7-yard gain on the play.
Third down now, and they need to get it down to the 30. They'll work from the shotgun. Couldn't shake free from a nice tackle there.
The halfback had nowhere to run, and he paid for it.
They need to throw some blocks out there. Hit somebody. This ain't a walkthrough.
So it's 4th down, and they're ready to punt this one away. And they could really put their opponent in bad field position with a good punt here. Tries to return it, and he loses the ball. Touchdown, West Virginia.
Return for a gain of 1 yard.
West Virginia with a 6-point lead. And he hits the PAT. So with just over 3 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter, the score is West Virginia 24, Colorado 17. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. And this one's away. And he's tackled 35. A fumble really hurt this team's last drive, so let's see if they can make up for that blunder on this drive.
The offense has to be conscious of protecting that football.
Yeah, turnovers drives everybody crazy. Well, unless your team gets the turnover.
They'll take over at the 35-yard line. They come out in a goal line set. They work the right side, and there is nothing going there. 2-yard pickup.
He wasn't able to get much there with that middle linebacker blitzing.
Yeah, the defense had all the holes plugged up there.
They line this one up in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers split out in the formation. He's on the run. Great concentration.
The quarterback did an excellent job of recognizing the Mike linebacker on the blitz. He hung in there, delivered the pass, and his receiver made a good catch to move the sticks.
And a new halfback checks into the game. And he has it on the corner. He's into the open field. And he will score. Great play call there. They designed that play specifically for the halfback, and boy, did it pay off.
They had everything working on that play, guys. The line created a good push, the back picked the right hole, and the defense wasn't there to make the tackle. Next thing you know, you got a touchdown.
The extra point to tie this game up. He splits the uprights for the extra point. And here's the Pontiac drive summary. The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. He sends it downfield. He's taken down at the 25-yard line. Guys, what do you think about this situation?
I don't think it's going to be very easy to score on this defense. Now that this game is tied up, they look like they have a renewed sense of self-confidence.
And you know what I like to do against a confident defense? Go play action. Throw the old 9 pattern down the field for a touchdown.
A yard, if that, on the quarterback keeper. We've got 2nd and 9 here. Ball on the 25. There are 4 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. Here's the option. He makes it out maybe to the 26-yard line. So he decides to hold on to it, and it goes nowhere. 3rd and 8. Ball on their own 26. D-line is making some adjustments. Man in motion. It's complete. At the 40. Inside the 30. The 10. He's all the way home. Touchdown.
They did exactly what they had to do there, Kirk. They put 6 points on the board, and now they have the lead.
Yeah, but with just under 2 minutes still left on the clock, there's a lot of time for momentum to swing in the other direction, Coach. This is still anyone's ball game.
And he tacks on the extra point. So with less than 2 to go in the 4th quarter, the score is West Virginia 31, Colorado 24. And now we're going to take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. He'll return it from the 3. Across the 30. They'll bring him down at the 35-yard line. Well, the offense heading back out onto the field after that kick, hoping to turn this drive into another touchdown.
This running back keeps running the way he's been running, and this offense will have another 6 points on the board in no time.
Leads it to the back. And he's taken down at the 42-yard line. That's a 7-yard gain.
7-yard gain on the play.
It's 2nd down and about 3 yards. And they swap out the running back now for this next play. Runs it and tackled in the backfield.
That was a huge play by these guys. A nice loss on the play, and they're feeling fired up right now.
Yeah, the offense coordinator might want to think about mixing it up and going to the air here.
Tackle at the 42. A decent gain on the pass.
Yo, Kirk, good job by the quarterback here reading this play.
Yeah, the defense came with a blitz, and you're right. Great job by this young quarterback of recognizing the coverage and spotting the open man.
From the gun. He's going to try and scramble. He's rolling left. Wait and look it in. What a throw for a big gain.
That is a great example of the quarterback seeing the whole field and finding the guy who had the best chance of making a catch.
Rolls right. Decides to tuck it in, and he's got space. He's tackled around the 27-yard line. And the clock will start on the spot here as he's tackled inbounds.
Well, here he picks up the first, but I don't know if there was an effort there in getting out of bounds to conserve the clock.
He launches one for the end zone. Finds the halfback in the end zone. Touchdown. We're now an extra point away from being tied up, folks.
Wow, what a game.
Come on, sweetheart. I'm ready for some overtime.
And he hits the PAT.
Just under a minute left in the fourth quarter, and this game hasn't failed to disappoint. It's all tied up at 31.
Colorado gets set to kick this one away. Hits off. He's to the 10. Oh, man, did he take a hit. So what do you think about this situation, fellas?
A field goal or a touchdown can win it, Kirk.
Yep, Coach. They're obviously going to try to get some points on the board, but if they can't, they will be staying with you for overtime.
And down he goes.
Right around the 42-yard line.
Good yardage that time on the pass.
And how do you like that quarterback? Whew, what a throw. He just had the right touch on that football.
Lee, you're right. Beautiful looking pass there by the young quarterback.
Run the middle and nothing there. They need to do a better job of managing the clock here.
You're right, Brad. Not only was that a horrible play in terms of yards picked up, but also, as you mentioned, in terms of all the time that may be wasted.
They line up in the shotgun. And they make the stop
At about the 47-yard line.
So they get 5 yards there on the halfback draw. 3rd and 5 situation. Ball on the 47. They'll work from the shotgun. And he's taken down
Around the 46-yard line.
Wonderful play call to convert on 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, he really wanted that first down. Good determination again.
1st and 10. Ball on the 46.
Calls a timeout.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 46-yard line. The defensive backs moving in closer. They've got one more shot. Let's see if their prayers will be answered with a good old Hail Mary. Passes it, and it's picked off by the safety.
What a crucial interception, and that'll change the whole landscape of this game.
High ball game in the fourth quarter, and this defense just came up huge.
And now is the time to take advantage. This offense still has a job to do. They need to put points on the board to break this tie. But wow, do we have a great game or what?
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 22. And I think they're going to take one last shot at the end zone here. They'll make the sack. Well, that's the end of regulation, and this game is still unsettled, so we're going to overtime.
The score is tied.
So here's the coin toss for overtime.
If I win the coin toss, I like to put my defense out there first. That way my offense knows what it has to do when they get the football.
And it also puts added pressure on the defense to make a stop if their team didn't get a touchdown.
4 wide. He ignores the the footsteps and makes the catch. What do you think of that catch, Coach?
This game's got its highs and lows, but one of the highs has got to be the play of this kid. He could play for my team any day.
And with all the focus being on this game since it's Thursday night, most of the country that usually wouldn't watch this team really gets to see how good this kid is.
From a defensive coordinator standpoint, it can really help out your scheme when you get excellent run support by the corner.
Not only does this kid tell him not to throw to his side, he's telling him not to run to his side. Yo.
They'll run the option. A yard, if that, on the quarterback keeper.
No gain on the play.
It's 3rd and 10. The defense comes up tight on the coverage. Pass complete and taken down immediately. Makes the catch, but just not enough for the first.
Yeah, they're going to come up a little bit short here. Nice job by the defense of preventing this completion from turning into a first down.
Yeah, but that stalls this drive. This is why these guys need to run routes past the first down marker. It's so they can keep these drives going.
It's up. And it's right down the middle.
The kicker does his job, but now it's up to the defense. They're going to have to stand up and make a big stop.
This is very nerve-wracking for both teams because now anything can happen on this second series of overtime.
First down, 10 yards to go.
Ball on the 25.
They line this one up in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers split out in the formation.
He's on the run, and they bring him down for a sack on the play.
We've got a 2nd and long.
Ball on the 38. From the gun. He's going to try and scramble. And he's tackled
Around the 26-yard line.
a nice completion there.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, that defense has got to adjust their coverage a little bit. They can't continue to let this happen.
Lee, you're right. They've got to mix it up. Try to confuse the timing of this offense.
Now he tries to buy some time.
Quarterback's going to run it, and he's got room to work.
They really caught a break on that fumble, Coach.
Yep, good thing for them that ball skipped out of bounds, or they could have had a really bad turnover.
And he's got it. So it looks like we're going to head to another overtime, fellas.
This game just keeps getting better.
Yeah, and how about the kicking game, Coach? We just saw 2 very clutch kicks to keep this game knotted up.
You've always been hard on the kickers, Kirk. I'm glad to see you giving them some love.
A 2nd overtime. Are you ready for this, Coach?
Oh, you know I'm ready, Kirk. The real question should be, is this defense ready? I think if they can hold them to a field goal, they'll get the win. That's my call.
There are 4 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun.
Scrambling around. Into the end zone, knocked away. And that one was oh so close.
Close call is right. If he just put a little bit more touch on the ball, that would have been a big play. But let's give credit to the linebacker. That was an athletic play there by the defense.
They line up in the jumbo set. They go with the run. Oh, what a hit.
This kid showed terrific footwork and great vision on that one. And it got him the first down.
First and 10. They're packed in tight on the line. And they'll run them again. Tackle made around the 8-yard line. They'll get 6 yards. It's 2nd down. They'll line up on the 7-yard line. They come out in a goal line set. Handoff to the right. He's tackled at the 1-yard line.
So the halfback picks up the first down there with a 7-yard gain.
Another good run from this running back. Let's see if he continues to get his carries as they continue with this drive.
Hands it off, in for the score.
We're not tied anymore, Coach.
Nope, and now the pressure's on. The offense did their job. Now the defense needs to do theirs.
He splits the uprights with the extra point. So we take a moment to check out the Pontiac drive summary. It's 1st and 10. From the gun. He knows how to run. He's all the way. Touchdown. Can you believe this? It appears 2 overtimes just aren't enough for these young men.
This has just been amazing. These two teams have been playing dead even.
By going into the 3rd overtime, we're going to find out which team is in better physical condition. That team, my friend, will be the winner of this football game.
They'll line up for the extra point in an attempt to tie the game. And he converts the extra point. And now we'll take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. And if you haven't had enough yet, we're going to a 3rd overtime. Extra points are no longer allowed. And if anyone scores a touchdown, they'll have to go for 2.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of those coaches are going over 2-point plays as we speak.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 25. They'll work from the shotgun. They go with the option.
Well, the question now is, how will they respond after losing a couple on that run?
So it's 2nd and 12. Ball on the 27. The defensive back's moving in closer. Here's the option. And they make the stop at the 22. A pickup of 5.
5-yard gain on the play.
3rd down, and they need to get it to the 15. There are 7 defensive backs on the field in this defense. They'll bring him down at the 13.
He ran a clean route, and the quarterback got it to him with a good pass. First down.
And the receiver was able to shake off all the defenders that were trying to cover him. And that really made it easy for the quarterback to pick him out and throw him the ball.
Here's the option, and he's tackled at the 9. He keeps it on the option and picks up maybe 4. Second down. Defense gets set to defend the short field. Some adjustments being made there on defense. Option. What a play, and that is 1st and goal.
Pretty big gain right there from the halfback. Not a bad run at all, don't you think, Coach?
This is a very successful option play. Anytime this back can get the ball with some space, then there's usually trouble on the horizon for the defense.
The defensive line moves in tight. 2 tight ends here. Tackle around the 1-yard line. Nothing going on that one.
No gain on the play.
It's 2nd and goal. 1 yard to the goal line. Looks like the defense is only going to pressure with 3 linemen. Hands off to the back, and he's in. So with the first possession in the 3rd overtime, this offense takes it in for 6.
There's no resting easy yet. They still have to stay on the field and try to convert a very crucial 2-point conversion.
And they're looking to get 2 points here. They line this one up in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers split out in the formation. And they won't get the 2.
Huge loss on the play.
That score leads us to our Pontiac drive summary. It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 25. They're packed in tight on the line. Room around the corner. And he's taken down at about the 21. He carries the ball for 3, maybe 4 yards. It's 2nd and 6. There are 4 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. And down he goes at the 14. And a good decision there.
Yep, he didn't have anybody open downfield, and instead of panicking and throwing the ball into coverage or maybe throwing the ball away, he had the composure to recognize the open field and had the athletic ability to get the first down. That's a nice job.
They try him again, and this time they've got him in the backfield. 0 yards on that play.
On the play.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 14. 4 wide. Now he tries to buy some time. He's taken down around the 5-yard line.
Wow. How about that catch, Kirk?
He really got up there, didn't he, Coach? It's very tough to defend a guy who can go up and catch a ball like that.
That play also picks him up 9 yards. And they make the stop at the 1-yard line. They keep it on the ground and get the first down.
Good call there on 3rd down by the old head coach.
Yeah, and also give credit to the big boys up front. They did an excellent job of allowing the back to get nice yardage there.
Looking for Taylor. Found it. Touchdown. So 3 overtimes later, this may finally be it.
They're only a couple yards away from victory, but we saw how difficult it was for the other team to get it in from there.
Can you believe this? A stop here, and we're going to a 4th overtime. What an unbelievable game.
Now he's scrambling. Throws, and it's knocked away.
Number 5, the intended receiver on the play.
And here's the Pontiac drive summary. This one might never end. We're headed to another overtime. First and 10. They line this one up in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers split out in the formation. He scrambled. Pass incomplete, trying to get it to his receiver.
Number 12, the intended receiver on the play.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 25-yard line. Nickel defense. What a play, and that is 1st and goal. I think the offensive coordinator likes that play, guys.
Apparently, that was the exact same play again.
Well, when you know you can exploit the defense with a certain play, you run it and you run it off.
They come out in a goal line set. Brought down at the 4. The back gets 3 on the carry.
The linebacker got a good jump on the ball and really got to the ball carrier quickly.
From the gun. Fires in there, got it, touchdown.
This offense just doesn't seem to slow down, Coach.
It doesn't matter how many timeouts we go to, they are still playing hard. The chart says that going for 2 is the right thing to do here. I'd use my speed here and run to the outside.
So the offense is going to go for 2. 6 DBs on the field for the defense. Now he's scrambling. Tipped away.
Number 5, the intended receiver on the play.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 25-yard line.
There are 3 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. Here's the option. He's brought down in the open field. 4 yards on that play.
Gain of 4 on the play.
2nd and 6. Ball on the 21-yard line. They line up in the shotgun. They'll run the option. He's lucky just to get back to the line of scrimmage on that option.
On the play.
3rd down, and they need to get it to the 15. They line up in the shotgun, 3 wide. Pass is left, going the other way. There he goes. The 5. Touchdown! That's the end of the ball game, and our final score on this one, Colorado 59, West Virginia 47. Kirk, any final thoughts here as we take a look at our Pontiac game-changing performance?
Well, guys, I really enjoyed watching these two teams play their hearts out in this game. West Virginia really gave it all they had, but they just didn't have enough left in their tank once they got into overtime.
Well, that does it for this presentation of NCAA Football 09. For Kirk and Lee, I'm Brad Nessler. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for attending today's ball game. Please drive home safely.